Welcome to the From the 108 podcast, starring the drunk uncles of White Sox Twitter. He's a Twitter like whore, an Instagram thirst trap, and your grandma's guilty pleasure, Beef Loaf. A West Coast attitude in a decidedly Midwest body, My Sock Summer. And your host, he's sharing obscure music thoughts to give you time to hit the bathroom, Teresa E.
Thank you, Quarantine, and welcome to the From the 108 podcast. Get ready for some baseball, beer, and bullshit. And remember the drinking rules. If Beef Loaf says allegedly, or that he made a video about that, you drink. If My Sock Summer mentions his time on the West Coast, or blames his kids for something, you drink. And if I fuck up the intro or make MSS appear to be dumb tonight, you drink. And of course, you can make all of us drink by giving us a tip of $1.08 or more. Speaking of drinking, though, fellas, Beef Loaf, what are you drinking?
Oh, baby. Good to see you, boys. I'm finishing up,
bouncing like a little baby.
This bottle of mezcal that I drank a lot of last time.
There we
Actually,
go. No
kind of
hangover
housed quite a
mezcal.
bit of it. And it was basically hangoverless. I don't know if it was me doing the hot tub or not. No hot tub tonight. Too cold out there. It's got to be at least like 25 degrees for me to hot tub it. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I got a nice full pour right now, so hopefully we get some drinks soon.
Beautiful.
No ice
Glad to
in
hear
there,
You're
eh?
not going to freeze your tits off tonight. That's wonderful.
Bless you.
MSS, what are you drinking, my friend?
I am drinking Whiskey Acres. My friends out there over in DeKalb that make some whiskey. I got the Private Reserve that my friend Trish bottled. It's 120 proof. Knowing that we're coming out the gate with a lot of things to talk about, I got to get hyped immediately.
All right, I like it.
Got to get hyped, ready to go. I promised the kids I would not do cocaine on Thursday nights anymore, so I have to go with the heavy stuff.
What a guy.
Start off. Chorizo, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm having a nice Victoria or two or three or four.
Whoa.
You know, it's
Hello.
I love these things, man. Just a delicious beer. I'm just a huge fan of it. We do have some drinks already, fellas. People went past $1.08 immediately. Let's get these drinks out.
Love it.
We got one from Jerry O'Sullivan. He says, looking forward to a great show tonight. If the Sox don't put the new section 108 behind right field foul pole, we riot. Cheers, boys. Cheers.
Cheers.
I was just telling Cornsey, I'm hoping that it's a sweet and that they just, on the
nice.
house, for the price of on the house.
I like that. idea.
Got one from
I'm gonna need
Terry's
that
Peeps.
for the price of
Early drinks, fellas. Can't wait to hear you guys throw some much-needed cold water on all this new stadium talk. Also,
Hell
more
yes.
Dylan C's trade proposals. Stop talking Dylan C's trade proposals.
Yes. Thank you, peeps.
Cheers.
Talk more hockey. Stop talking.
That's right.
White Sox Dom, he says, cheers to everybody. Cheers to you, Dom.
Thanks, Dom.
Thank you, baby. Appreciate you.
Wonder if his boy's there too. Listen to us cuss.
I hope so.
And our guy, Aloha Mr. Handy, says, cheers, fellas. MSS needs to chug. Yeah, MSS, you do need to chug. Cheers.
Mr. Hand, love you.
We're getting there.
Delicious.
Woo, baby.
I need some water.
Woo. That's why I always got little in the holster. Wet the whistle right there. We got one more, Trezo?
Oh, man, did it just come in? Yes, we do.
Just came in.
Jared, it
just a
says,
second ago.
need MSS to chug that whiskey.
Oh, boy.
Jared.
Gonna be a night. Thank you, Jared.
MSS, by the way, how you doing, my friend?
Dude, I'm doing good. And there's a lot of things that have just been floating around in my head. And most of it made it to the outline for tonight's show. So I don't want to bust my nut early or anything. But, we have a group chat with some friends of yours, and friends of mine. But yours first. And it was sent out an email or sent out a message that Bush was coming to play. And then Bush is playing with Jerry Cantrell, not Allison Chains.
Yep.
Jerry Cantrell and Candlebox. And they're playing at Northerly Ireland. Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland.
We are off to a hot start now.
Great fucking venue. Good place to see a band, especially if it's Ghost. And you're with Wally, that's fun, and Roxy and CPG. But like I was looking at this and I'm like, okay, that's an interesting thing. And then Teresa, you sent through the prices,
dude.
for the show.
I was all over it. I was like, we're going to this. Like I'm taking the next day off. Like this is gonna be the shit. We got to go to this.
$360 to fucking see Bush and fucking Jerry Cantrell.
Dude, no shit. There are some like $30 tickets, but they are way the fuck back. Beef, remember where we were for Nails when we went to that show?
Yeah.
Way further back than that.
Oh, okay. I liked where we were because we were the first elevated seats, like and like so we had a clear view. That was
those are $300.
Yeah, I believe that.
Get down with the $300.
I think I'll pass on that.
I was just floored. And I was like, I'm going to yell about this during the stupidest shit. But then two stupider things happened. So I was like, well, now I can't even use this. I can use this as banter. But like, fucking Christ, guys. Like, did Candlebox even have a hit after that one song that they
no. After the other one? No.
Yeah,
they had one hit. They had one hit.
Oh.
It was funny, though. Last night, I'm sitting on the couch with Quernsey, and she's like, I was looking at this thing. Do you want to do this day? I was like, I'm sorry. I spent $700 on Bush tickets that day. I can't make it.
Yeah, we're going to Bush.
No. Weed. I mean, like, I was taking you. What's
up with this comment? Gavin Rossdale, chill, bro. Gavin Rossdale's my man. He charges whatever he wants. Someone's going to pay $300 just because
are you going? We were talking about it. That shit's going to sell out. There's
for sure.
No problem selling that out. Just not going to be me.
Let me ask this question, though, about this show with Cantrell. Is Cantrell playing the Alice in Chains stuff, or is he playing his solo stuff? Because he's got a bunch of solo stuff, too.
The solo stuff's good,
Probably
though.
both.
I know it's good, but
whatever.
Yeah.
I know it's good, but for $300, he's going to have to play some Alice in Chains.
I mean, listen, for $300 to see Jerry Cantrell, there better be like, I should have a private dancer for that going. Like, that whole show. Like, just lap dance time.
You like getting down to Jerry Cantrell tracks?
I mean, come on, man.
Feel a little moody to me. I don't know, but
we got some
drinks, fellas.
Yeah,
we got some drinks.
I want to hear "Man in the Box" while some girl is like,
our guy Bardo. Cheers,
Bardo?
fellas. Cheers. Hope you're enjoying that shirt.
Appreciate you.
That's a good one.
All right, CD44. He says better have a fresh
know.
take on this tired stadium talk.
We got
also
you.
MSS. You owe me a DM.
I know.
Ooh, sexy.
Hello.
Man.
Wow.
Cheers.
Thank you, CD.
I'm slightly aroused now.
Oh man.
And then Jared back. He says, "Bush, buy cracky."
Oh, you bet your ass.
We're getting some good old score stuff in here tonight. I'm enjoying this.
My guy Terry Bors.
Oh man.
Hey, Luke.
Fun night already.
Luke, you just run right over there to Lawrence's on 19th and Canal, and you can buy as many long sleeve MSS Lawrence shirts you want. You can do that. Get right over there.
That was not English.
It was English.
I had to stop you. Beef loaf. When you finish coughing, tell me how you're doing tonight.
I'm sorry I'm having hit the cough button a little bit. I don't know what's going on. I wasn't coughing all day. I'm good. I just want to let you guys know. My lovely daughter, Bonita Stakey, celebrated her 14th birthday this past weekend. It was her golden birthday. It was 14th on January 14th. I realized one of my many potential errors in parenting is that I've always treated my daughter more like an adult than a child as she's gotten older and tried to have her do things that were, get her adjusted to adulthood. So this birthday, my wife's like, that's golden birthday. Let's go to New York City or let's do something to travel or whatever. And I said, you know what we're going to do for Bonita's birthday? Bonita, what would you like to do? Every single thing we'll plot out an entire fucking day of all shit you want to do. As I was thinking about it for my birthday, what I like to do, my perfect birthday would be go out to breakfast, then go to the boat for 5 hours and gamble, then go out to dinner and drink some wine, then fire pit maybe, have everyone over and have some more wine, something like that. So Bonita picked out a day. We went out to breakfast. We went out for a nice long drive, listening to music and talking and everything. Then we went to the movie theater, which, bro, I had not been in the movie theater in probably 6 years.
I was floored that you were at a movie theater.
It's not that I'm against it. I'm just lazy. I
know.
just don't even think about it. I was like, I like it once I'm in there. It's just to get my ass out there.
You feel like a guy that shows up 15 minutes late for the movie. Like that's I feel like that's you.
I'm an early guy. I'm like, let's get there early. I want to make sure we get the big popcorn. I want to get a gigantic cherry Coke.
Sausage.
And it's like, let's do, we'll go early for the previews.
Cherry Coke.
What I don't realize,
Cherry
though, is
Coke's
the previews don't fucking start until, like, it would be time for the show to start. So, like, we're just sitting there, like, chilling for the whole time.
You're watching Maria Menounos for, like, fucking 2 hours.
Oh, my God.
Yes, we were, absolutely. So, we did that. Then we went out to dinner at Connie's. And the one thing she wanted us to order that Pizzunde, that huge fucking ice cream sundae with, like, 12
I had
scoops.
one.
MSS.
You saw us eat it, right?
I was
had one the other
like,
week.
let me see how much ice. I'd never seen this thing in person,
Insane.
and I looked in to see how much ice cream it was. It was like a fucking taco salad size shell.
It is
with a half gallon of ice cream in it. They just took the thing and they just slammed it in there, and they're like, "This is a dessert." I was impressed.
MSS, what comments you got on the Pizzunde? You had it recently. What are you gonna say?
Ice cream really good. All the stuff is really good. Shell needs some work. I mean,
agreed. I would agree with that. It should be crispier. It's a little.
It literally tastes like a taco salad. It should taste like an elephant ear. I need some cinnamon and sugar.
Ooh, I like
that motherfucker.
I like an elephant.
I need it nice.
Good call.
Yeah.
My only thought here, Bonita and I were like a little more bananas in there. Mix in a little more bananas.
Too.
That's what it is. So.
Let's get a drink from a guy who definitely likes a Pizzunde. Our guy Josh Nelson, he's out in Australia. He says this tip is in Australian dollars.
I don't even know what that is.
I can't tell.
Upside down.
Love your show.
It's upside down and goes the other way. But no,
I love it.
Everyone can buy these shirts over at Lawrence's.
And then we finished the night off with fucking board games. We played board games till like 10:30 at night. Perfect. My daughter was thrilled with her birthday because she chose all the shit to do for her birthday. We should all do that. Everyone, for your birthday, do the shit you want to do. Even if it's just staying in bed and jerking off 8 times. Whatever floats your fucking boat is the shit you should do on your birthday. Don't be forced into any convention that anyone else does. That's how you have a great birthday. And she did. She had a terrific birthday. So happy birthday to Bonita. Your dad's proud of you. And I can't wait to do it again for your 15th birthday. We'll pick some other shit to do.
Yeah.
I like that Bonita's at the age now that I could just buy shit that I think I would like to give her for her birthday. And she likes
Loved it. She loved the gift. She absolutely loved the gift.
What was the gift?
I got her a pair of Chuck Taylors.
Nice.
I mean, like
you're a Chuck Taylor slut.
I mean, dude,
you have so many pairs of Chuck Taylors.
I have way too many. I found a pair the other day that I was like, oh shit, I forgot I had these.
That's awesome. You're like, these are my good pair. This is my good pair of Chuck Taylors.
They're
lows. No, you don't do the highs. You just all lows, right?
I'm all high tops. I usually have like one low top for the summer, but I'm mostly high top. Like my stash is all high top. The low tops I just burn through in a summer. I destroy those things. But the high tops I found were the Sailor Jerry edition ones. So like with the huge tattoo
and all purple. They were gorgeous. The ones you got.
Oh, the ones I got her. Yeah, the ones I got her were the
They're
purple.
beautiful.
Those are cool.
You got some Sailor Jerry ones though.
I got some Sailor Jerry ones. Yeah.
Good job, fancy boy. Yeah.
I am fancy. Not Ed Hardy, though. Sailor Jerry. We got another drink here. And Father Zoe says, money for MSS to get a Sunday right after the show and film it.
Yeah.
Pizzunde race. Let's go.
I don't think a Sundays cost $4.99. Zao.
No, they don't. No, they do.
Zao. Father Zao.
I'll tell you what, though, MSS, those Pizzundes.
I'm hitting on all cylinders tonight.
Chairman Zao.
MSS, them Pizzundes were the same price when we were kids. They have not gone up much at all in price. So they're a deal, in my opinion.
It's kind of weird. We were talking about that like this morning in the car. Like the girls like are having like there's like suckers everywhere, And I was like, man, I just don't remember my dad ever like giving me a sucker every time I got in the car. And and I was like, yeah, because suckers was like 25 cents. Now you can get like a 20-pack at the dollar store for $1.25. And it's like how does this even add up? Like I don't even know. Like,
it's a sucker recession.
We were getting what it is we were getting fucked back then. They were fucking us back then on the price. Like they were just making tons of money hand over fist, and now they're not. Chorizo, how are you doing tonight, buddy?
Talk about when we're kids. Like when we're growing up, and this is what's kind of intriguing to me about we'll talk about this later in the show, which is the stadium moving over to the South Loop.
We might talk about that.
We're gonna get into that, but like
we'll fight
that kind of thing. Like we talk about when we were kids, and like there was nothing there. There's still nothing there, right? When we were growing up, like over by us, we had like Morgan Street. Like I was just at Maria's recently, and like Morgan Street was such a hellhole, man. It was like all Latin Kings and shit. Yeah. And like now, like
fucking
they got that great coffee shop there. They got the and then Maria's is right there too. And like that's a fucking awesome shit. My neighborhood's similar where I'm at now, and one thing that's come up recently is the Ramova. The Ramova reopened, and which is incredible because like you look how fucking old I am. Like that shit was like never open when I was a kid. Like it was like already all shuttered. Right, like so that shit has been vacant for like
only the
years
grill
and years.
was open.
And the grill was open. The grill was open, and like
the building next,
building's
right?
on the street,
right over. Yeah.
And we would see this shit all the time. That sign is just like iconic, a part of Bridgeport.
Yep.
And we were driving, me and Cornsey were driving past it while it was open at night, and it was all lit up. It looked fucking awesome. I was like, I'm just super excited for that place to be open, and I'm even more fucking excited to let you guys know that we with Sox Machine, the night before opening day, will be doing a live show at the Ramova. So the Ramova Loft, which is above the theater, we will be in there doing a live show. The tickets are on sale now. We'll get the link out to you guys. Woo! It's gonna be fucking incredible. I'm very excited about it, and so I'm just like out of my mind that we're even doing this because that place was nothing for so long, but just that sign and to see it lit up and to see us being in there, I'm just like super psyched about this.
Yes, absolutely. It's kind of a dream, right? The thing was never open, and our dad would go see double features there and shit. And this was like this classic theater and stuff. Now they're finally reopening it, and our three dumbasses, along with our friends at Sox Machine, are going to be doing a show there. It's incredible. It's incredible we'll be doing a show there in the first 3 months that it's open. It's absolutely amazing. Great job, Treasy. Great job, Josh Nelson, getting that hooked up. Incredible.
Oh my gosh, it is going to be fun, and it's going to be nice to be right up the street. And it's an 18 and over event. It's not.
It is
even,
so it's not.
You don't even have to be 21 to like come in, right?
No, you don't.
Right. Nope. Yeah, you gotta be 18.
You do not.
So you come through. My daughter was like, we were driving by it today, and I said, hey, we're gonna play a show there. We're gonna do that before opening day. And she's like, oh wow, do we get to come? And I was like, nope, because you're not 18. And she goes, well, that sucks. Why did you tell me? I don't want to know this. And I was like, oh, you should have. No, too bad. Maybe you should grow up faster. God damn it.
And for anyone that missed the Reggie show, which might have been the best one that we've done so far. Hey, Ramova is right there for you, baby. And night before opening day.
Bigger venue too. So it's a little more room for activities. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes. It's gonna be some good beers, some good drinks. I'm very excited for it. And like, hey, if you're like, oh man, going to opening day the next day, that shit ain't till 3. You got plenty of time to recover. We're starting at 7. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, tickets are already being purchased. I love it. You see that? Got my ticket already. Looking
Thanks,
forward
Percy.
to it. Absolutely. Appreciate you. Let's go.
Yeah. Keep buying those tickets. God damn
Buy those tickets up. We got a show out.
Yep. MSS, man. I think it's about time you pay some bills.
Oh shit! See, I'm not even ready. I'm too excited.
You're so excited. You're so excited. I get it. I get it.
Like, I got nothing to do here. Oh shit! Maybe you should play an ad.
Looking for a perfect way to kick off the new year? Start fresh with a brand new Mazda. Whether you're looking for a sporty sedan or a versatile SUV, Mazda has the right vehicle for you. With Mazda's signature sleek design and unmatched performance, you'll turn heads everywhere you go. And with advanced safety features like blind spot monitoring and lane departure warning, you can feel confident and protected on the road. Plus, with cutting-edge technology like Apple CarPlay and Android Audio, you can stay connected and entertained while you drive. And with Mazda's commitment to sustainability, you can feel good about reducing your carbon footprint. Visit MazdaOfOrlandPark.com to get all the specs and details on the complete line of Mazda. Whether you're from the Chicagoland area, Northwest Indiana, or Southeast Wisconsin, they would love to have you visit and test drive a Mazda today. Happy New Year from your friends at Mazda of Orland Park. Mazda of Orland Park, home of the Zoom Zoom Nation. 8910 West 159th Street, Orland Park. 708-444-3200. Zoom Zoom.
MSS, you ready for this, man?
I am ready for this.
It's all you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the other night, might have been Monday, could have been Tuesday, I don't remember because I never watch it live. But on the Chicago Sports Bums podcast, our good friend of the program, friend in Lot B, Peter Fonseca, told us how it was totally fine and totally okay to boo dead people. We thought, instead of just bringing this up and yelling about it, we thought, what better way than to bring in our friend Baloney to defend himself.
Baloney, what's
to
up?
The 108 boys.
Hello.
About why it's okay to boo dead people.
What's
It
up,
is
brother?
okay. It is. Thank you for having me. I'm in
Love the
Lawrence
shirt,
hot
love
seat.
the hat.
This
I'm
is
like a
officially
NASCAR
the
guy.
Lawrence's hot sauce seat. MSS didn't say it for the podcast listeners, but we are doing the
There's a big
Lawrence's hot
graphic.
sauce seat for the podcast listeners.
I understand.
Yeah, so we were chomping at the bit. MSS brought this up. I'm like, go ahead, man. Ask Peter to come on. Let's do it. So MSS, start the interrogation, and then Peter,
Well,
I'd love to rehear what you have to say about booing.
Yeah, the first thing I want to do is I want Peter to like recap it because he went for a long time on their podcast, and I don't want him to recap and give me the specifics, and then I will give you the specifics that I pulled from it, and then we can debate those.
So on our show, and thanks for having me, guys. But
You're
we
welcome.
talked about how you were at the we played a clip.
I was.
And when I played our clip, they showed Jerry Krause on screen, and I said the fans probably saw red. We've been ingrained to hate this guy since I was a child. Since I was a child, I've hated Jerry Krause. So you see him on screen, alive or dead, I see red and I boo. Granted, I will start saying that what happened to Thelma Krause is sad and unfortunate.
Oh my God.
Because I could imagine the people in the stadium, because as soon as people started booing, they see her crying, claps all around. I feel like
No, there were not.
Okay, so that was they didn't care.
No, and Peter, I'll say this: when I see it live on TV, and I heard it on TV, I was like, it was 8 times louder upstairs at the United Center than it was on any broadcast that I've seen. It was so fucking loud. It was jarring. And like this, there was a guy in front. I didn't put this out there because I didn't want it to be sensationalized. I just was like, I'll say this to my own people. But there was a woman in front of us, like, why are they booing? And this guy wearing a backwards Cubs hat who was documenting every fucking second of this Bulls game. It's driving me fucking crazy. He goes, because he fucked up the whole franchise. And I was like,
What?
oh. And I was like,
How could you come to that conclusion?
I had to stop myself from saying, by winning 6 championships, sir? I get it. Like, I don't get it, actually. I don't get why he was, like, that upset about it. But it was also, I didn't want to be like, oh, it was a Cubs fan. But it was a Cubs fan because he's fucking stupid. So, Peter, go on.
I like the Prez defends himself. Definitely not Prez.
We're not pointing fingers. On which one?
No,
right? Just someone.
No,
He was
Prez,
also
Prez.
he was fatter than Prez. So Prez,
I don't believe
it wasn't you.
My second thing, MSS, is like, why is it okay to boo dead people? I would argue it's more humane to boo dead people than alive people. If you're booing alive people, that messes with their psyche. Jerry Krause don't care anymore. So in a way, we're doing him a favor.
But what does it do for you then? Like, aren't you booing to have an impact?
It's a visceral reaction.
No,
You
I
see
think
red.
but I think that's the thing. People did want to boo Thelma because they wanted
that's-
someone to feel the pain.
Yes,
So-
yeah, that's right.
So I think
don't know.
people are assholes. But I got to go back to your first. We can't get off the first topic yet.
Okay.
Why don't you like Jerry Krause?
Because I'm loyal to my guy.
He won that motherfucker. He helped that guy win 6 championships.
What the hell?
He put guys on. He took Ron Harper, who's the only guy that could guard Michael Jordan, and he gave him to him and said, "He's on your team now. This guy doesn't have to cover you anymore." I think that's a pretty good gesture.
Not bad. So, Jerry Krause he was a general manager from 85 to 2003.
Yes.
Throughout that whole time, 0 drafted Hall of Famers except for Tony Kukoc, which I would argue is more of a overseas Hall of Famer. They inducted him for his
He's a basketball Hall of Fame.
Right.
Yeah, he was a great international player.
He was pretty fucking valuable for the Bulls.
He was
very valuable.
You're not going to go into the Hall of Fame averaging 14 points a game.
Sure, that's true. But I mean, he traded for Pippen with Orland Polynese. I mean, he got Rodman for nothing. I mean, I'm sorry, Purdue.
So I think one thing that I saw when all this was going down, right? This was like 2 days after. I think it was like Waddle and Sylvie put out like a poll of like, what's the greatest trade in Chicago history? Is it this Bears trade? And like every comment was either the Pippen trade or the Rodman trade.
Right.
Like,
of course.
Who made those trades?
Yeah,
But I think I told Beef before. I think that his most impressive trade, though, that it was when he traded Charles Oakley for Bill Cartwright, because Charles Oakley was like Jordan's best friend.
He was his guy. Yeah.
And so like going and that could that damages the relationship. But that was what Jordan needed. That's what Jordan needed, though. He needed Bill Cartwright because Oakley was not covering Patrick Ewing or Hakeem Olajuwon.
No.
Right? Yeah. He was. That trade hurt my heart too, Treasy. I remember when it happened because the Oak Tree was my man back in the day. That was before Pip became my man. The Oak Tree was my man back in the day. What I don't understand, here's what I don't understand, Peter. Krause is the best GM of our lifetime in Chicago for sure, possibly ever. My question is like, if you can't even keep yourself from booing that guy, is there any front office person you would not boo just to like boo because they're all worse than this guy? And like, do you even like, what is the level there? What is the like?
There's no regulator. There's no regulator.
There's nothing.
There's
just
nothing.
boo everything. Boo everything.
Hold on.
I can't believe we're saying it's okay to, or I mean, it's bad to boo a Jerry yes man because they're all yes men to Jerry or to Jerry Reinsdorf.
If he gives me 6 championships, I'll take it.
We'll say yes to that. Right, exactly.
That gives Jerry Reinsdorf way too much credit. That means like Jerry Reinsdorf was like, get Oakley the fuck out of here. I want Cartwright to cover these guys.
Go overseas and watch that Tony Kukoc guy.
But wait,
figure that thing out.
Baloney though, I will. Okay, I think I could get on board with your argument a little bit if you tell me that you just hate fucking front office guys and you will boo every single one of them, no matter what the results. Fuck that guy.
I haven't met one I liked. Apparently I've never met one in person anyway. But
I kind of love it. I kind of love it.
You might be unique, but I feel like everyone just boos the guy because he looks like this. They don't even look at the results. They're just like, oh, fat, goofy guy that drools all over himself. And Jordan didn't like him, and that's why I'm booing him. And that's kind of that's extremely shallow, in my opinion. I mean, they called him Crumbs. MSS. Crumbs. Remember Crumbs? Yeah. He's a sloppy guy. Look at that guy. He's a sloppy guy. Very smart though. The sleuth, baby. I don't get it. I'm not.
We do have a drink.
I got love for Krause.
Let's get this drink. I want to get this while Baloney's still on.
Okay.
I got a lot of stuff
from Julie. She says,
"Thank you, Julie."
I think she's saying cheers to the grave. All right.
Cheers to the dead.
We could boo. We got applause.
That's all right.
I feel like she wants to. I feel like she's supporting Baloney here. She's saying, "Let's dance on that grave. Let's dance on that grave." Is what I'm hearing.
I think you should support your husband, even if he has a really stupid idea. One of the things you said in the podcast, Peter, was the 6 championships that MJ got us. Just MJ.
Yep.
Apparently, nobody else didn't do it. Your partner HBIC also said, "Hey, you guys fucked that up because Jordan should have been there." I want to remind you that the Bulls just hosted an All-Star game, and Michael Jordan couldn't be bothered to show up to that either, which like had been on the paper forever. The motherfucker ain't coming. He's not going to be here unless he's making the money. He's a dick too, and that's fine. And this is one of the other things that was. I mean, that's fine. I just wanted to put that out there. I know that Jordan is a very integral part of winning all these championships, but he could not do it by himself. But he didn't do it by himself.
Agreed. The most integral part.
He didn't do it himself.
There's no question. When
one of, if not the best player in basketball history.
Yes.
And any sport. yes, absolutely.
But
third best
Jordan Bulls with just Jordan were stinky. Jordan Bulls with just Jordan were stinky. We had to watch that.
Remember when we were watching that when we were kids? Not good. That's very bad. Like,
older dudes in the comments Tell us how stinky the Bulls were when it was just Jordan.
When it was Jordan and Orlando Woolridge and Gene Banks, you enjoy those Bulls? Granville Waiters.
No one's taking away the Jerry Krause accomplishments, but I do think the way the championships ended leaves a terrible taste in everyone's mouth. Whether it be the running of Phil Jackson out of town, whether or not they were successful that year.
Go ahead, MSS. Get him, MSS.
You're true. That's true. And your partner HBIC says we all know this story, and my question is, do we? Because we kind of don't. We know the Jordan version of the story and the sensationalized headlines that get popped out there during the thing. Now, I think Jerry Krause is definitely probably not the nicest person when it comes to treating other people. But I did watch his speech in 2003 when he retired, and they put him out on the floor, and he got booed then too, but not as bad, and he took it. But he also thanked Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson a lot and said, I could never have done this if we didn't have Michael Jordan, the greatest player that's ever played the game of basketball.
Yeah,
so, like,
course.
I mean,
how do you not say that?
Everyone that's saying, oh, he left on these terms and he said some shit and he said some things. He did. And he also said, these guys are really fucking good, and they're the ones that won the championship. But he also got everybody to put them together. I just am wondering, like, the Last Dance is people think it's a documentary. It's not a documentary. It's Jordan's version of what happened and how it went down. Several players have come out after the fact and said, "Hey, listen." I mean, people stood up for Krause. Unlike what Danny Parkins thought, people did comment during the Last Dance and said, "This isn't fair to Jerry Krause."
The Beefloaf did.
And Beefloaf did. Horace Grant did.
Pippen said it in his goddamn book. He said Reinsdorf's the real villain here. It was not Jerry Krause. He's fine. Like
there's a lot that going on there, and that's fine. And I think one of the things that, like, I was telling these guys before, Jerry Krause is laying on the sword so everyone can still love these Bulls teams, regardless of what Marcus Jordan wants to do to Pippen's wife. Like, there's still.
Did you have to? You got to do that? What the?
I'm
fuck?
just saying, he's deep in there, man. He's deep.
We're all thinking it. We're all thinking
Maloney, one question for you before we let you go. Are you surprised that MSS couldn't get through this without getting horny at the end?
Not at all. I'm sure he's had Larsa Pippen on the mind the whole day. I know that.
Yes.
Man, I can't even tell you what she looks like.
One last thing. I said this on the show, and it was something that it wasn't just the booing of Jerry Krause that got me upset that people were mad that people were booing. It's more like the boo police was out in full force this whole weekend. The Matthew Stafford thing, the Dougie Freshness thing on our Twitter, where he's booing the Cubs at the Blackhawks game, and people were all up in arms about it and things like that. Where it's like, they pay good money to buy that ticket, whether you boo or not. That's their prerogative. And I know friend of the program, Alyssa Bergamini, was like, those people should get out and leave the stadium because it was so, like, there was a lot of clutching of pearls, and that's more what I was mad at, because
it was jarring, though. It really was. It was so jarring.
Before I go on, I will say the Thelma Krause thing was unfortunate.
That guy's okay to boo. Widows, not so okay to boo.
Yeah,
okay.
I do like the idea though. Like, hey, you paid your ticket. If you want to boo somebody, go ahead and fucking boo them. But at the same time, I get to say you're a dumb asshole. Yeah. Like that's the deal. That's the deal. I can point at that guy and go, "What a dumb asshole."
It's more right.
By the way,
it is your right.
If I'm in Detroit, I boo Matt Stafford too. Fuck that guy.
And he's alive.
It was a playoff game.
Yeah. This guy's on the other team.
That's
why you boo him. Like, if Jose Abreu rolls through town, like the first time he rolled through town, we got the ovation.
We're good to beat though. Yeah.
But if he came through in the playoffs,
crucial game,
fuck him.
But that's competition. This is like looking in hindsight and enjoying something that, like, the minute
I'm talking about the Stafford thing. The
minute that he broke up the Bulls, we were all mad, of course. But, like, time starts healing those wounds when you realize we did get the 6 championships, and ain't shit happened since.
But why did he buy Jay Williams that motorcycle when he was putting together the second team?
The baby Bulls were bad. Okay,
I think you forget about
that.
I didn't even bring up Tim Floyd.
Eddie Curry, Tyson Chandler. It was a rough window there.
You know what? That would have been funny if they were like, I want to talk to somebody who was booing, and it was like Elton Brand.
Yeah.
Like, I know personally that he sucks at his job.
I love it.
Nice storied career. Though. He was in there for a long time. He's stuck around the NBA for a long time.
Oh yeah, but Elton Brand, he traded Elton Brand.
Right.
So like he drafted him and traded him right away. That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
that's why he knows he sucks. All right. Well, Baloney,
Hey, that's
man,
it. That's all I
we
got for
appreciate you
Thanks for
jumping
coming
on.
out.
Thanks for having
A lot
me.
of fun. Everybody, make sure to watch the Bums on Monday nights at 9 p.m., right?
9
Don't wanna mess
9
that up.
p.m.
9
Monday
p.m.
night.
It's an awesome show. We enjoy it. Obviously, we all watch it because we all got up in arms about what was said, which is means you're doing a good job. Means you're doing a good job over there, man.
I might go full meatball now. I understand why Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith and all that stuff. I might go full meatball now.
I mean,
It's worth a try.
you should do that.
We'll be here for it.
Chorizo meatball.
All right, thanks, Baloney. We'll talk
Thanks,
to you
guys.
soon.
Cheers.
See ya.
Cheers.
That was good. You guys were
That was good
nice,
stuff.
man. You guys were very
It's
nice.
too-
except
it's
except
hard to
Treasy,
yell
when
at
you
somebody.
said you earned the right to call him dumb asshole. Peter got a little he was a little upset about that.
I think
You're
he
totally
thought I
right,
was
though.
calling him a dumb asshole.
You were
I'm not.
You were just calling the
not a
act of
dumb
booing.
asshole.
Because I agree. Booing is fucking stupid. I almost never do it. And the only times I do it, it's very ironically. It's not really towards booing a player or anything.
What
So
about
you know,
an ump?
beef,
Like a
beef,
bad
you know,
call?
Oh, no,
yeah, but it's
okay,
more for fun
MSS
because I don't really care
Yeah.
that much, like
MSS though. So this is the first thing I thought of when the whole booing dead people thing came up this week. Is the one thing that annoys me at baseball games is when people boo the bad replay decision because those people aren't there.
Yeah,
They're in New York.
right.
They can't hear
That's
you boo.
true.
They don't know
That's
that
true.
you're pissed off.
I think that's okay though. That's better than making somebody cry.
I mean, it's okay, but again, it's dumb.
Yeah, I do like I do like that booing. The booing I don't like in baseball is the boo when they're throwing the ball over to first base, and they're just like,
Yeah.
Oh, the pickup move. Yeah.
like,
That's,
fuck. He's like,
I-
why did
that's-
you check that guy? You know, as
That's
soon
one
as it
great thing
happens-
about the limiting of the amount of times they could throw a pick off, that we get to limit the amount of time people are fucking stupid about that.
Yeah. I mean, the more they do that, the more chances there's going to be the wave, though, too. So it's like, fuck.
That's
I don't know. Maybe they shouldn't do it.
We're
as much.
piled up
Maybe
on
I
drinks
should be
right now.
doing that.
Treasy.
Are we?
We're
Let me
absolutely
get
doing
to
it.
those. Sorry, I was.
No, we had a great segment going. You can't interrupt the segment. You gotta get them in between. That's absolutely true.
All right.
Bologna is Buddhas.
Barry Bag of Donuts. He says, "Don't like Krause? Okay, but God damn it, let his widow enjoy the moment that she was there to celebrate. Poor lady was humiliated. Yeah,
It's true.
Absolutely. Thank you, Barry.
you know what though? We don't.
I'll get her some of these right behind me. I got them right behind.
You know
me,
the-
right
Oh,
here.
look at that. Look at you wearing
Oh,
those
you see
original.
I got it in the holster back there, baby.
Is it,
Honestly-
is that empty or full?
It's empty right now. So.
I don't know anything about her at all. Like I don't know anything about her. Like I was against booing
She's a
Jerry
nice
Krause. Maybe she's not, and maybe she deserved what she got. I don't know.
think so.
Jared says, "Great points, MSS."
Thank you.
Great
He
points.
must be. Jared must be drunk.
What segment was that?
It was the he was talking about the
Our guy Danny Reyes. He says, "The only thing I liked about The Last Dance was the soundtrack." Cheers, Danny.
I love it, Danny. Thank you.
And then we got Jerry says, "Boo to MJ, the greatest villain of the Bulls dynasty."
Yeah, I like
Cheers,
that.
Jerry.
Kind of was.
But a great villain. A great villain, like a Darth Vader-esque. Like you can't.
I mean,
help
that's
but
I
love
couldn't
him.
I couldn't get it in
best.
there. I was gonna say what's the line for booing a dead guy? Is it like if he at least punches his teammate or he's philandering all the time?
Maybe he gets all fucked up and is sick for a game, and
Why
then goes,
not both?
"No, it's poisoned."
was Food
Cheers,
poisoning.
Bologna just boos us. Yeah,
appreciate that.
we deserve
I'll
it.
take that.
Now that I want booze. Let's go.
Especially if $4.99 is attached to it. Boo me the fuck off.
Delicious.
This stage.
And I'm still alive, so it's very. I'm a very booable person,
Hello.
I could take that.
guys.
I could take that.
I feel like we should bring something back. We haven't done this in a while. Feels like the right time. Let's get the horny meter out.
Woo!
Such a graphic. What a graphic.
I love that graphic.
It's almost pornographic.
Let's get that back up just for 1 second.
Oh, baby.
There you go. Now I'm ready. So we usually do players, right? We just do straight
Yes.
Yeah.
players. We go like, okay, here's a player. How horny are you? We're gonna give some situations. You can let us know how horny you are for this. And commenters, feel free to let us know how horny you are about these things, not just in general.
Yes.
We got one more drink. Jared again. He says, I must be drunk because I agree with a lot of what MSS was saying.
No, MSS had good points.
I did have good points for those few things.
I almost dare to say salient points. For first one.
I don't know what that means.
First one. The White Sox announced promotions. How horny are you? And I'll start with the promo guy. MSS, how horny are you for the White Sox announced promotions?
We always have a thing. I always have a thing of like what it is. Like, how hard is my erection? Like, what would it be? You know, how horny is it, right? Mine is, how horny is the song that I'm going to use to describe this? Okay.
Oh, okay.
So for the promos, I'm going to use a song that is quite possibly, it's a horny song. And a lot of people get down to it, especially in the 70s, and it's Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye. There's some sweet ass promos that are coming out, and people are hype about them. I have only heard since October, I am not supporting Jerry. I am not doing this. I am not going there. I am not giving that man my money. This team sucks balls. Fuck Chris Getz. Fuck them. Fuck Brooks Boyer. Fucking I love Jason Minetti more than anything. God damn it. Look at that hockey jersey. I gotta go, bitch. I gotta go. So like that's what it comes down to. Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye. People gonna be fucking in the aisles getting all this nice wearable promos.
All right. I don't know if I'm that excited about him. Beef, how are you?
You know what? MSS is really out kicking me. It reminds me of a U of I trip I took with my good buddy Rhino Man. Teresa, you were there also. I went to a bunch of parties. I made out with 3 chicks at 3 different parties. I couldn't have given a second thought about any of them. The 2 most exciting parts of the trip for me were eating Papa John's pizza on some random steps, and then trying to find Teresa in the fella's apartment he was hanging out in, going to the wrong apartment, and almost fighting some other guys.
Oh, that was awesome.
Great trip, but the making out and stuff, it was a non-event. And the same thing with these promos. They're a non-event to me. They're going to show up in the box at the end of the year. I'm going to look through them and say, all right, who can we give these away to? Because that's how I generally am with promos. And this one didn't strike me as anything too different that really struck my fancy. So I'm kind of a big meh on these.
Meh.
See, I'm very similar. So promos just generally don't catch my eye, right? Like, so the way I was thinking of it is like, it's like back in the day, you got that one booty call that you're just not that concerned with. You know, like you're just like, if you're out with the guys, you're having fun, like you just ignore that call. You just ignore that call. But like if you're heading in and it's still available, well, why not? Well, that's kind of my approach to these promotions. All right.
I love it.
That's good.
Next up, how horny are you for Luis Robert Jr. signing with Boris Corp? Beef, I'll start with you.
Oh, baby. I was thinking about this. I am especially boned up about this because I'd like to fast forward. I don't know if you guys realize this. He just signed with Boris Corp. But Luis Roberts' contract, I put it up on the screen for the YouTube viewers. He is signed through 2029, and I know how much my man loves Domino's Pizza, and I can just imagine what this boy is going to look like. I am so hot for when he looks like fat Anna Nicole Smith.
Oh, yeah.
One of my all-time favorite chubs. I can't wait until Scott Boras, when he tries to go for big, and he's got to come right back to us because he's too fat and it's left field only, and it's. But you'll be beautiful, Luis. All that pizza and everything. You look just like my girl Anna Nicole, and so I am extremely excited about this unexpectedly.
MSS, he just always has to get Anna Nicole Smith into the conversation.
Listen, I'm here for all the Anna Nicole Smith. I don't even
go, baby. Look at that.
That picture on the left. Oof. Oh, that's that's like Gus era Anna Nicole Smith. Man, that's beautiful. That's such a good.
What do you mean? They're both beautiful. How dare you?
I like that as soon as that picture went up.
Okay.
Look, as soon as that picture went up, we got a tip. So Barry says. So this is Barry says you wanted the best.
Barry.
Well, they didn't fucking make it. So here's what you get from Bridgeport, Barry Bag of Donuts. Cheers,
Thank
buddy.
you, Barry. Appreciate you.
Chorizo, how horny are you for the Robert Boris signing?
So this, what I thought of is you're dating someone, right? It's semi-serious, you know, and they say, hey, I just took this great job. I'm very excited about it. In a few years, I have to move to North Dakota. And you're like, well, let's enjoy this while this lasts, because that shit's done when you move to North Dakota. So, like, that's how I'm taking this. This is just me, like, enjoying the ride, Steve Stone style, of the rest of Luis Robert's contract, because he'll be here and I'll be watching him. I'll enjoy every second of it. But when he's gone, much like Jerry Krause, he's getting booed. Fuck him.
I love it.
MSS, how about you?
Little song from the 90s. It puts you not in the mood whatsoever. It's called Don't Want a Short Dick Man by Gillette. And I don't know if you guys have heard that, but not the song I want to hear when I'm ready to fuck. And it's definitely not what I wanted to hear when Boris was signing my man Robert. Listen, you can take it however you want, but if we don't come with the money, the guy ain't sticking around. So don't want no short dick man. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh my God.
That's a great poll. There's no way. There's only like 3 people in the audience who've ever even heard that fucking song.
But you know what?
Oh, wait, hang on a second. Yes,
you know what,
I've
though?
heard it. Never mind.
Every one of those motherfuckers bought a hot mixtape at Let's Boogie back in the day, and it was on there. Let's Boogie right down the street from Ramova. Remember, we're doing a Ramova show.
It's a great it's a great jam.
That's correct.
And she just has a bunch of songs where she's making fun of people too. It's great. It's just like, oh God.
I mean, that era of music is fantastic. It gets no better other than Bush and Candlebox, which I will pay $350 for. I just bought the tickets. But next up, how horny are you for starting pitcher Garrett Crochet? And Beef, I'm going to start with you.
Starting pitcher Garrett Crochet is that chick that was really hot like 4 years ago. Then she lost her job, developed a drug habit. She just wasn't what she used to be. And then come this year, though, she's trying something new. She's going to no longer be a hoe. She's saving it. And she got brand new tits. And even with all that, I'm not really into it. But I wish her luck. I hope that she does find the spot she needs to be in. But I'm not buying it. I'm not into it. I think it's unlikely. I think it's going to fail.
Beef, you just described that meme where it's the girl like announcing that she was getting married, and like the first comment is, "We lost a great hoe today." MSS, how horny are you for this?
Now listen, this song I think sums it up very perfectly. I'm looking at this when we're listening to Chris Getz talk about how our starting pitcher depth just keeps growing and growing, and the only song in my head when I hear it, Garrett Crochet is going to start starting. Do You Really Want to Hurt Me by the Culture Club? Because I'm like, this is just going to be painful. It's going to be painful to watch.
And he's going to get hurt.
Yep. All of this is going to be on the field right in front of us, and we're going to be watching it, and it's just going to be very painful to watch. I'm not looking forward to the Garrett Crochet experiment.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry.
My thought on this is it's like you're like casually dating someone, and then they ask you, so how many kids you want to have? What are we doing here? What exactly are we trying to do here? Garrett Crochet starting, Chris Flexen starting. Wait, what are these promises we're making? I don't think this is what we're here for.
Cue the Culture Club. All right.
All right. How horny are you for Noah Schultz cracking the top 100 prospect list? MSS.
Okay. So, local guy, right? Very tall. When we drafted him, everyone's like, well, at least he's local. He's tall. For him to go through and start firing up the charts like this, it's like a hit song from your buddy that was like right up the street, that used to play in his garage. I'm going to go with a song that I think everyone knows and has heard at least 2 or 3 times. Me So Horny by the Two Live.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Very horny for this man. This is, even if he's gonna fucking phase out. He's gonna fizz out. But right now, it's boner jam time, baby. He is doing fine. Like, let's just keep this moving.
Right now, you're a freaking heat, a dog without warning, right?
He's got an appetite for love.
Because me so horny.
Beef, how horny are you for this?
Man, when I look at Noah Schultz, I think, skinny cockeyed bitch. Give my dick back. I think everyone else who thinks she's a hot chick, good. Marry Noah off to someone else. Put him in the next goddamn trade package. How excited are we after over 27 innings? And he's a big, tall, skinny thing, and I'm terrified that he's going to break MSS. I agree with you. He's going to fall out. Let's see if we can get someone else to be in love with him. Let's push him off and marry him off to some other family.
We got to sell it, though. We got to sell it.
Chorizo, how about you?
I'm an old man. I can't be thinking horny about someone born in 2003. All right, let's get to the next one. So, last one on the list, fellas. How horny are you for the Vec family buying the Joliet Slammers? MSS, I'm going to start with you because I think you're gonna be very horny about this.
Listen, there's only one song from the 90s that exudes pure fucking sex, and they played it on Q101 like every half hour for like 8 months. And it's one song by one man with 9 Inch Nails, Closer by 9 Inch Nails, Trent Reznor. That song, if you don't want to fuck when you listen to Closer, you don't want to fuck. Like you're just not you don't have any sexual appetite whatsoever. That song is the horniest song ever. Listen,
I wonder how Night Train feels about you wanting to fuck the Joliet Slammers like an animal. But we'll talk about it later. Okay.
Probably loves it.
The thing is they are poised right now to grasp a huge fan base that's looking for something. You know, like they want some type of value for their money. They want to be entertained, and they also don't want to drive that far. So Joliet is like perfect for that. The market is ripe. These guys are so smart, and it makes me so horny. So good job.
Beef, how about you?
My level of excitement, I am just absolutely so excited. I'm like what it looks like in a Mike Adriano blooper reel. That's right. I can't stop it from coming all over the place. I'm so excited about this. And it'll be nice for us to run down there and catch a game and like a few games and be able to watch them in action and learn from them, because that's the type of stuff we're kind of into. You know, like, MSS, you and I are both into Shep Gordon and like his stuff. Like that's kind of what this really is. We talk sports, but really it's about like getting attention and having fun and making you guys enjoy it. And so like they're the best at it. They're the ones who created kind of this, especially in this genre of sports. And so it'll be so exciting to go down there and like check it out and just watch it and be a part of it and in the midst of it.
It's perfect timing. Chorizo.
MSS, I'm just thinking back to like my 20s, my early 20s. I'm in a dive bar. I'm having a nice Miller High Life, smoking a Parliament, because you could still smoke in bars at that time.
Recess filters.
And recess filter, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And a girl walks by, and I turn and look and go, God damn, I'd travel to the suburbs for that.
Wow. That's a high compliment from you.
All the way to Joliet.
Oh, man. Got to take the train. Shit.
Well, you don't have to, but yeah, you should. Given you probably should.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise I got to leave my car in Joliet.
Exactly. You may never get home. That's how far away that is.
I could walk a long distance, Beef. You know it. You know.
Story for another time, but
that is
I
a
do
story
know
for
it.
another time. MSS, why don't you pay some bills, man?
Oh, okay.
In 2024, every Friday is Friday at Lawrence's. Lawrence's is kicking off the new year with a fantastic offer that will make your taste buds swim with joy. Every Friday in January, get a free order of fries when you order any of their fish. Not familiar with the fish menu? You have several options to choose from. Whitefish chips, wild-caught Alaskan pollock fillets, sliced into bite-sized pieces, breaded in-house, and cooked to order. Catfish strips, farm-raised with full lake flavor catfish, coated with a homemade cornmeal breading. Ocean perch, mild, sweet, and lean fillets of ocean perch prepared in-house daily. Crunchy cod, sustainably sourced Atlantic cod fillet nuggets, and a light, slightly sweet breading. Or join the catfish cult with the whole, bone-in, headless, breaded, and fried catfish, prepared fresh daily. Turn your Friday into Friday tomorrow. Stop by one of Lawrence's 4 locations today. Check them out at chicagoshrimp.com and place an order if you're on the go. Lawrence's Fisheries, serving the seafood you crave since 1950.
What a
All
banger.
right. Oh, man, I love it.
Can we get to a quick question? I saw a question here.
Oh, yeah.
Address. So, Barry Bag of Donuts asks, why is it always MSS that pays the bills? He has the best radio voice. Like, so clearly, like, the ads are going to pop when he is saying them. And also, he's the one who has the inertia to write them. Like, he's he's the guy who's like, yeah, I want to write this. I want to write the copy. So it's a great combination of both. I mean, he's good at it. So let the guy who's good at it do it.
I am the creative genius.
He is the best. He is the best guitarist, and you heard him play in there. That was just lovely.
I would do that, but you should probably play guitar. I would just record.
Oh, I'm a terrible guitarist.
Are you really?
Yeah. I don't. There's too many strings. That's too many strings.
Have you do
stick
some
to 4, maybe 5 strings. That's 6 string. That's
too much.
That's for some. That's for the birds, man. I don't need that. All right, let's do a little more White Sox talk.
Oh man, yeah.
Woo!
I'm driving. Here we go.
MSS, what's going on?
Oh, so we were talking about we're going to do the segment that everyone knows and loves, and we were going to do the craziest shit we read on the internet this week. And it was just like, hey, what is the craziest thing he did? And then the thing that I definitely would have used for the craziest shit that happened this week came into the news, and we're like, fuck this, let's just talk about this. And so I don't know. I'm sure everyone is familiar. If you're familiar with us, you're definitely probably familiar with the story. But the Sun-Times published an article yesterday that the White Sox are in serious talks to build a new stadium in the South Loop's the 78. And what the 78 is the 78th neighborhood that the city of Chicago wants to build over north of Chinatown, south of the Loop, right kind of in that little area where all those train tracks are, right next to it. They have all that stuff. What is it? It's Ping Tom. What's the park that's right over there?
Is it? Yeah, it's Ping Tom Park.
Ping Tom Park. Yeah. So it's like a nice area. There's water, very polluted water, but water that goes right through there. There's some grass, there's some trees, and there's some guys over there sitting in a building that are supposedly getting the site ready for some things that are supposed to be happening. Now, I'm sure everyone has read the article, but I'll put out some stuff here that I thought was the most important stuff out of there. It's at Roosevelt and Clark. Roosevelt and Clark, there's the intersection over there. There's a Target. There's the Roosevelt Collection. There's a movie theater and all that stuff. And it's going to be south of that. So it'll be pretty cool. Sources say the team is considering building a stadium at the Clark Street Roosevelt road site. Brandon Johnson and Sox chairman Jerry Reinsdorf would say only, we met to discuss the historic partnership between the team and Chicago and the team's ideas for remaining competitive in Chicago in perpetuity. So that was interesting. That reminded everybody that the lease expires in 2029. And if you're playing at home, that's 5 years. Okay. I think the place that we're holding our event, a day before opening day eve, they renovated that place for 7 years. Just so everyone knows, like it took 7 years to open that, to get through all the red tape of the city, get it cleaned up, get it redone, and we have 5 years left on a lease. So everyone's like, hey, fuck, 5 years, we're gonna have a new stadium. I don't think that's happening.
Pull back up that comment that you had about the mobbed up conversation.
Like Timothy Maher, yeah.
Honestly, read about who currently or might currently own that area.
The history of that is very interesting. The history of that land is very interesting. Check that out.
It's one of the things I like about the situation. But we'll get into that a little bit.
Now, right now, there's only one project on the books over there. Now, Teresa, you posted the TIF thing, and I don't know if the TIF is all encompassing just for everything that they're going to put in there.
It feels like it. It feels like
it. And one of our guys, Ozan Dizek, was like, "Yeah, there you go. It's like $561 million, and
chump change, baby."
He goes. That's basically what it costs to get like water, CTA, and all these things over there. So like people are like, oh man, the money's already there. No,
it's not. No,
it's going to cost like $2 billion probably, and there's not going to be any parking lot. So it's interesting. Now,
Jared, that's right. Resco's land.
What Pritzker wants to put there is the Discovery Partners Institute, which is going to be University of Illinois Tech Center, Research Center, which I think is brilliant. That's very smart. You will definitely want some of those U of I eggheads up here and talking with like big businesses in Chicago. That's going to generate some big money. Now, the partners like, of course we want the Sox to be there. That would make what we're doing even better. Well, duh. Why would you not want a professional sports team sharing a space with you? You get some eyes and all that. Now, in the next paragraph in that article, right after that, the developer says, or somebody says, "Oh, they've been trying to get out of that deal for years. They don't even want to be there." And it's like, Well, okay, so you can't put the casino there. The casino was supposed to was talked about, rumored to go there.
Yep.
That's gone. Bears can't use it because it's too small, right? I mean, there's like this is either it's cursed Indian land
Allegedly.
or something. I don't know what's going on, but like this, and then the Sox are like, hey, we're here, we'll take it, allegedly. I don't know. I just the
Well, let's get into it then. Let's get into it then. Let's talk about. Well,
here's just a couple more things, and this is the last thing. Okay, well, actually, we don't even have to. Let's just get into it because this stuff I can talk about here in a little bit. But yeah, that's the gist. Basically, we can build this place right here, which is I don't know what, a mile away from where the current stadium is, and everything's going to be better according to everybody on Twitter. So, what do you guys think?
Well, let's start with it. What do you like about this beef? What do you like about this move?
Okay, so real easy stuff from our particular perspective. It's close, so we could probably still continue attending a lot of games. Probably not as many as we're attending right now, or maybe a little more for you, Treasy, because you're slightly closer than us. A ballpark village would be kind of fun for a year or two. I don't know how much staying power a ballpark village would have for people that live in town. To me, that's more of an out-of-town thing. Like, if you go somewhere to an out-of-town ballpark, oh, cool, they have a village. We're going to go there and hang out every day. I don't know how much it will affect the everyday guys. Maybe weekends it would be kind of cool. I'm envisioning that due to the size of this, I assume this is going to stretch almost 18th Street all the way and butt up against Roosevelt, that they're going to have trolleys and rickshaws and all kinds of fun shit to like travel short distances in there. So I think that could be a lot of fun. And I think really with the internal ballpark, they have a chance to build a ballpark that has a lot more character. The current ballpark is boring, like in the stadium. Like it doesn't have anything that's really cool. Like when it was coming up, New Sox Park along with Camden Yards is cool. It has some cool shit going on with it, right? It has character. And Sox Park doesn't have much character. So from an aesthetic standpoint of like going to the park and seeing like fun stuff or different things, a high wall or whatever the fuck, or, a concourse or a second deck that comes over like the old park, they have the opportunity to do some fun stuff for that. So I think like to me, those are kind of like the positives of a new ballpark for the White Sox for me personally, because I don't have any issues with the transportation to a ballpark currently since I can walk to it. And the White Sox Park, as much press as we'll have train lines and stuff going in there, the Red Line, Green Line, Metra, and the Expressway all feed right directly to Sox Park. So it's not like there's a lot of public transportation already going to Sox Park. It's not a difference maker.
The traffic is going to be fucked up for this place if they have it.
Worse,
right? Like they're going to have to build. They're going to have to build roads. But one thing I thought of, Beef, that I would like is, so you got the river right there, right?
Yeah.
And I saw in some of the articles and some of the things they're like, oh, you could use the water taxi. The water taxi sucks. All right. What you need,
worst idea ever.
Yeah,
what
no
you
one's
need
doing that.
is to use the water taxi like exits and entrances, and have booze cruises go down. Like you get off the train at like Union Station, you walk over to the river, you get on the booze cruise, and you take it down to the park. You have 2-3 beers, maybe even more. Maybe it's just real slow. You get there 30 minutes later, have a bunch of drinks, and then you walk off and go to the game. The other thing about the river, if you guys like the 108 rat, if you were impressed by the 108 rat, wait till you see the rats that the Chicago River's got for you, baby. Because they are, they are swimmers. Do you like dogs? Because they're the size of dogs. So
that's right.
There could be like, we might have like some kind of 108 rat wrestling scenario. Man, that could be really. It'd be like Jackie Moon wrestling the bear. It'd be fantastic.
We could put that on TikTok.
Rodents of unusual size.
Those damn PETA people shut us down.
Well, Tracy, you bring up the booze cruise element or whatever, and I didn't really I put it in this like potential dislike, but it's not really a dislike. You're going to get a different clientele on weeknights. The weeknight crowd has the potential to be a happy hour crowd. It has the potential to be I went out for happy hour at work. The ball game is close enough to wherever
Tickets
I live.
Tickets are $6. I'm going.
Right, I'm going to pop in there. I'm going to have like 3-4 more beers. So we're going to have like a Like weeknight crowd is going to be a seriously blasted crowd, potentially a lot of collared shirts. Like I think it's going to be might be a little bit different if they get this up and running, especially during the summer, because summer happy hours bleed. You know how it is, and it could be any night of the week.
Yeah.
And as offices start going in more and more, people are around the downtown, and so I could totally see that being like the crowd during the weeknights.
Getting it closer to downtown definitely helps bring those people down. They're capturing those guys right now. I mean, how many times it's like fucking 85 degrees outside and you see guys in long sleeve t-shirts and khakis like triple fisting because, Jim in sales is like, hey, I got 4 tickets and my guy can't go. You guys want to go? And they're like, fuck yeah, I'll get drunk for free. And now it's just got to be like a walkover.
This is going to multiply that shit by a bunch. Like, it's going to be a lot more.
Only make it better, right? Yeah. Now, like one of the
maybe.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know if it's better or not, but it's going to be different for sure.
Selling all that alcohol is definitely great. People love that. That's good stuff. But no, I agree with you guys. The water taxi idea is just fucking stupid. And anytime somebody's like, "Oh, well, you can just take water taxis," I'm like,
"No one's
big do you think these fucking taxis are?"
We did it in Cincy. Like about 7-8 years ago, we went to a Reds game. We did it in Cincy. We went from Kentucky over across.
That's different though. So let me explain that.
Well, I was going to say. Also, that
you just float straight across. You don't go anywhere. Like it's not going down the river.
Well, also, I mean, like the total amount of people that took that thing, and there were groups of people that took it, right? We were in maybe the last group or whatever. Maybe 200 people total. This is a non-starter. This doesn't do anything. It's like a novelty. You'll do this one time kind of thing.
It's not right.
And it was like $5 to go across the river. I could have walked.
It does not deserve to be in the same sentence as the red line when talking about.
Right. Yeah,
it doesn't deserve that. That's
we got a couple drinks.
Rickshaws that are coming. Yeah.
I love the rickshaws. Couple drinks. We got one from Johnny. He says, "Cheers, gents." Cheers, Johnny.
Cheers, Johnny. Thank you, baby.
Brendan Command says, "White Sox Twitter crossing the Rubicon every opening day." Love it.
Thank you, Brendan.
So let's get into
there's one more.
No, hold on.
I think I got one more drink.
Oh yeah. Man, this is a good one.
Yeah.
It's from our guy Nathan Sheba. He says, "I'm all in. Pinktown Park North, Juan Cow Beer Garden, Happy Lamb Concourse, triple parking on Wentworth. What could go wrong?"
I love all of it. So yeah.
Cheers, Nathan.
Juan Cow Deep Cut. That was one of my favorite spots, man. It's so sad it's closed.
I hate that it's gone. And we never got to go upstairs that extra level and find out if there was a poker game up there, Beef.
There's no question.
There was.
There had to be, right?
I was up there. That was
David should have told us. The guy who ran the place, he should have told us about the poker game.
Now they're talking about there's not going to be any parking over there, so your car's going in and all that stuff, and that's one of the things that I definitely like about it is that it's going to push people towards using like public transportation.
Oh no, it's not. No,
but
so what they're going to do?
That's what they say.
So you've been to Minnesota, right? You've been to that stadium.
I have.
So instead of doing a flat parking lot, they do the levels. Do you know they're going to do that? They're going to have a 10-level parking lot next to it.
Thank you.
Which is going to be a fucking nightmare.
Thank you for bringing that up because that was going in my next point, and you know exactly where that structure is going to go. Right in front of where the fucking skyline is going to be, right behind this. So people are going to be like, you can't put an ad on a fucking skyline building. You can't see it. So if you put a parking structure in front, you can just put the big fucking AC Delco ad right there, so you can see it and don't have to worry about it. So that's definitely what's going to happen.
Funny, MSS. Do they have to build like gigantic video boards like the Ricketts so they block the skyscrapers from watching the game? It's like remember the Ricketts got to block all the rooftop people. It's like, oh, they're making a little bit of money off of this. We better block these motherfuckers. Like,
how dare you watch our team?
Reinsdorf's trying to put up 20-story skyscraper video board to block them.
Those big screens like that you can see.
We can't have people at the Roosevelt collection taking a look at us, all right?
Now, new to me is always good, right? Like, I like new things. I like stuff that's brand new. It doesn't have like a pee smell, a shit smell, or crap all over it, right? It's new. You can break it. Like, I want to be the first one to break it. I don't want somebody else to break it, and then you give me the broken shit.
Like the chair you broke next to me?
Yeah. Sorry. That's why I want a new one. I'm much skinnier now. I will not break a chair now. Now, you can make adjustments to the stadium to accommodate the crowds. Like we can have wider openings at gates. Hopefully, if they build a new place, we can have new security protectors, so we won't have any more guns in the fat get in. You know, who knows? We'll see.
Guns in the Fat. That's one of my favorite books.
There'll be tons of amenities. You know, like you'll have a bunch of new stuff that we don't need, and that's always fun. That's going to bring people in for at least one game a year.
What's an example of that, MSS? Like amenities? Because I was thinking there's going to be a ton of bells and whistles that we don't give a fuck about. I was thinking about this, like they're going to build this, and then like after 1 or 2 games we go to, we're like, I don't care about that anymore.
Right?
Like,
I mean, it's like nothing that has staying power, right? Like I don't want to do this, but you look up north, there's not like anything up north that's like fucking insanely unique. That is like draws people back in, right? It's the fact that there's options and there's things to do, right? And that's like basically all you really need. Like,
let me
you
throw
don't
something
need,
at you, Beef.
This is the hot dog bell. We're gonna ring it every time somebody buys a hot dog. You know.
So let's say they get out of their current situation.
yeah.
And they, even though they don't pay, you know they're not paying for it, but somehow they gain ownership of this. And it's a different situation. A massive fucking sports book. That's I think the amenity that they don't have right now that they could have and we would care about. And we might even go to, like, if Shy Sox Bar and Grill were like a sports book with the sports bar and it was open all the time.
Oh, we'd go there for football. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And like I think that's an opportunity that they have there. Now, will it be filled with rats? I don't know. But
tough to tell.
Years ago, Teresi, I was like, when craft beer was really hot, was like the Shy Sox Bar and Grill should be a fucking brewery. Somebody should have a brewery there, and you have tons of parking. People were hot for beer.
Hey, you know who's doing that? Ramova. Which reminder, we will be there March 27th.
Allegedly, man. I mean, you might as well just like put it up there, just
Yeah,
so everyone
throw it up
knows. Save the date, 3/27/24.
But yeah, no, you're right, Teresi. What's the thing that you like about having a new stadium?
Well, I already told you I like the rats.
Oh shit,
the big rats. I like the idea of the booze cruise.
That's it.
But I also like the proximity to my home, which it'll be pretty close.
Closer.
But I think the thing that I like the most is that it's taking an area that is just desolate. There's fucking nothing there.
Yeah.
In the middle of the city. It's just an unused piece of property and doing something with it and blowing it up. And like that reminds me of like the Wind Trust going up, right? Or like, you know, like the West Loop getting revitalized.
Too bad DePaul sucks, but yeah.
Like I think like a lot of
building.
people who are maybe younger than us don't realize that the West Loop used to be the scariest fucking neighborhood in the whole fucking city. Like it was disgusting over there, man. Like it was fucked up. Like so I moved to the West Loop.
So was the South Loop.
The South Loop was fucked up, right?
Like,
and
like the Ferris Bueller where they're driving the car over. That's right.
That's
the
the South
stadium's going to be. That's right.
When I moved to the West Loop in the early 2000s, like it was just starting to get nicer. And I distinctly remember my dad telling me, I had to drive your mother past your house. She thought you were a heroin addict and you were just living over on Skid Row. I had to show her that you live in a nice ass building. But like, that's like, I like to see the city get revitalized like that. We were talking about it earlier with like Morgan Street and stuff. It's so like, this is good. This is something that would be good for the city, and it doesn't have to be Comiskey moving there, right? Like it could be, you know, I don't think the Bears will move there, but it could be an arena for the Fire or something like that. Because I've talked to people who go to see the Fire at Soldier Field, and they're like, it's pretty terrible to watch a soccer game at Soldier Field. So like. I like to see that part. What I don't like is how many dead bodies they're going to dig up over there. Because that area has to have an unbelievable amount of mob bodies buried there. There's no way there isn't. There's no way. So that's going to be weird. And the giant rats. I don't know. I'm up in the air on if I want or don't want the giant rats. It could be entertaining.
Mostly by the water, though. They need a water source, is what allegedly.
Look,
But
Tracy,
this is right by
they-
the water.
Tracy, if they start breaking ground, I mean, Nikki and Tommy and everyone, they got to go over there and dig up those bodies. Man.
Oh.
Jimmy Conway, they got to get them bodies out of there, man. They're putting condos up right there. One of the things I thought about, too.
You want leg or a wing?
They're going to put a stadium in there. I thought, do it right this time and set it up well so that you can have the pre and post game concerts or just concerts at any point in time. Like set up the arena or the stadium in a way where you can house those things. And maybe it's a separate part of the thing. It's not even like in the main ballpark or whatever, but like make it multi-purpose.
So think about if the outfield is kind of open, right?
Yeah.
And then like you have an elevated area out there where you could have the concert, and like on a day when the stadium's closed, just no one's there, and you're watching the concert from the other side, right? Like something like that. And then like on a day that there's just a game, it faces the crowd. Easy to do, and it would be awesome. Like and like imagine like, and I'm not saying like, man, do you remember they fucking brought a Journey cover band for the 2000? Get Journey. What's wrong with you? But let's say they had like a good band that you wanted to see. Let's say Vanilla Ice.
Absolutely. Yep.
No, but let's say
Now you got me listening. Okay, go ahead.
let's say they had a band that you wanted to see. You were excited about. They have 90s night. Bush and Candlebox come.
It's not.
I think it's your $400.
And
well, Jerry Cantrell's not there, so.
And you're in your seats. Yeah, it's only $275. So you're in your seats. Got the skyline behind it, and you're watching Gavin Rossdale's beautiful locks flowing up there, singing Glycerine to you. Like that's awesome. That could be fantastic.
There's no question.
A giant
Los
rat
wearing a
comes
choker.
out of nowhere.
Wearing a choker.
I got a choker on for sure. I need a little bit bigger choker than I needed when I was a younger man. I'm assessed for obvious reasons.
If we put that choker on you, you're just choked.
I would die.
Get Michael Hutchinson.
Hey, now I keep my hands to myself.
And that was perfect because that's not his name. But I knew who you were talking about.
Yeah. I just didn't say it correctly. I know. I don't want to get sued. She's a big fan. We got enough ex-wives or wives of celebrities that have died coming after us. The next part, we have like dislikes. What's something, Loaf, that you dislike about this idea?
Well, let me just start throwing logs on the fire, and then let's all have at it, because I think there's a lot of common dislikes here. I mean, a lot was made about, they'll have all this public transportation in there, but the White Sox crowd is a driving crowd, and driving to this stadium will be a fucking disaster, no matter what they do, because there's only one way in. It's Clark Street, and Clark Street is fucked up now when there's nothing going on over there, right? That area is a disaster, and there's no like neighborhood street parking. Let me just tell you. Those neighborhoods are kind of blocked off. Those are very pricey homes. No one is fucking parking randomly on those streets. So I'll throw it out there to you guys. I think they got to figure something out here, because they're going to have to build a bridge over across from Canal Street or something, because right now, the way it is, the in and out will be a disaster for cars.
I said that earlier. They got to build new roads. There will be new streets if they do this. There has to be, because there's no other way. Yeah. But here's the problem, Beef. You build those new streets, right? No one's gonna get it right. No one's gonna. People are gonna be going down the fucking, because there's the overpass already. There's Clark Street's all fucking weird already. And now you're going to introduce some new street that's going to weave in and out of that shit. Oh my God. People are going to get off the expressway. It's going to be like fucking Judgment Night. It's like there's it's like it's going to be a disaster. And it won't ever get better. It's like when they announced where they were putting the casino, I was like, you are like, streets are so fucked right there. Like
right.
You can't come up with
right now. If
you
no
can't
one
come
wants to
up
go
with
there.
a worse place to put this, because you have to parachute motherfuckers into this place. Like this is the same bit. This is the same thing. Like you look at everyone who's in the city that hasn't been around this area, just drive past and just try and figure out how to get to Ping Tom Park. Just try and figure that out. That's all I want you to do. And when you pull into Mariano's and go, how the fuck do I get to this park? You'll know that I was right.
Yeah. I mean, it's tight over there. It's not easy. And as we talked about earlier, Northerly Ireland, I said it again. Northerly Ireland is hard to get in and out of too. And that's in the same like type of area. Like you'd have to figure it out. If you go over in that area after a Bears game, you can't move. Like the traffic is shit. Like if you don't get out of there quick enough, you're fucked. I went to Target one day and within the fucking goddamn game got out and it was like, I'm fucked. It took me 45 minutes to get home. And that's ridiculous. Like it's literally 2 miles away. I have people like see these things and they're like, this is going to be perfect because they're in their head. They're thinking all the things that they want and what they think they're going to have and the things that they like everything. We are a community. A lot of people like different things. They're not going to have everything you want. And right. I feel like I have zero faith in the current ownership group to make this right. This is like designing your dream kitchen and then going, I'm going to sell this house. And somebody else is like, I really didn't want the trash compactor there or a fucking dishwasher, you know? And it's like, but it comes with a dishwasher. And you're like, but I didn't want it. I wanted this. I want to put this there. I wanted Sub-Zero. I didn't want a Frigidaire. I want that. You know, like there's all these things. It's like, bro, it just, to me, it makes more sense. Why would you come in right before you're like going to demise and God knows what the team's going to do, you know, how it's going to move and then go, you know, we're going to make this real nice and fancy. And then the next person's just fucking stuck with it. And then like, that's to me seems like the dumbest, short-sightedest thing about the whole thing. It's like, let's see what the next step is. And then we decide what's going to happen. And we're going to have a lot of time because as we said, the lease runs out in 5 years. And if we're building new roads and we have to like get everybody on the same page to do this shit, that's a lot of bribe.
You're changing the fucking map. And like, it's people are saying like, is it as bad as Soldier Field? It's kind of like Soldier Field. And it's like Soldier Field because between the river, the Metro Yard, and all the overpasses, there's not side streets. There's not like a back way out.
No,
you're just like everybody's got to go the same way.
Like you got to get to 18th Street or you got to get to Roosevelt. That's it. There's no way to sneak through the neighborhoods there.
Like you think about you think about Comiskey right now, right? Like if you have been to Comiskey a bunch of times, you know all the streets around it. You could weave out of there. Like it there's still some traffic, but you could weave your ass out of there and get the fuck out and then take a different route. No, you're fucked. You're jammed in. There's only certain ways out. So like that's the bad part about it.
Now this brings me to my next question. So it's kind of connected to this one. And Brewhan Luke says in the comments, he says, "You ever driven to Wrigley for a game or concert? Not great, but no one cares." Yeah. So that's what you're going to morph into here a little bit because, like I mentioned on the weeknights, it's going to be the happy hour crowd and everything. The weekends also are going to be more suburban dads on a bender than they are going to be the family crowds that's traditionally what the White Sox do on the weekends. Like the White Sox have always been extremely family friendly. They want kids there and they cater to them. There's ice cream all over the goddamn place and Dippin' Dots, all this shit. Like there's a lot of things for kids there to get and receive and like have a good time and southpaws everywhere. But if you do this, it's going to be a lot tougher on all these other things. It's just not going to work as easily. It's going to be a different crowd is all I'm going to say. I don't know that that's good or bad, but what do you guys think?
I think you're right though, because like I think it's you go to a game at Wrigley or you go to obviously go to concert, it's different, but like you go to a game at Wrigley, it's not quite the family affair that like you would see like on the south side. So and I think that's a big difference maker. And I think if you're the Sox and you're trying to gain market share in this area, like you got to start by getting kids into the game so they grow up to be Sox fans. Because right now they got to ingest a terrible product. So like being a kid
that doesn't matter as much.
They're having Dippin' Dots and they're having a fucking good time. Like that's who they should be capturing now. So maybe over the next 5 years they do that, and then they have this part of a stadium built by then or something.
Yeah, then all those kids grow up to be alcoholics by the time.
Hey, they can start a podcast.
Hopefully podcasts are still big. Maybe it'll just be vlogs. Guy Bill Lennon in the was in the comments was talking about like you're building something new while creating a new vacant chunk of property, and that's.
You smash down guaranteed rate field, and 1,000 houses go up, and they're all sold right.
Yeah, for
well, I mean, you could definitely do that, right?
This is a negative for me, right? and for you too, MSS. Bridgeport's already crowded enough. I don't need a million people here, but they will. Those houses will sell in no time. Yeah, you'll build some shit, and people will be here in a minute.
And I think that was worrying about like property value and stuff. It's not really going to affect it that much because it's so limited as it is. I mean, there's shit boxes for $450,000, $100,000. Like so to get like because I live in one. But yes, it's just like, come on, you're not going to run out of that stuff. You could definitely tear stuff down and whatnot. I don't like leaving the history behind that you have on 35th and Shields and moving up north. I think that's something that like it's hard to take when you're watching a lot of Sox fans that are like, yeah, but I want everybody to fucking, remember where your roots and this is the history of our team. And then they're like, fuck it, let's move north. Let's go. Let's just move to a new place and say, fuck everything, all the history that we have here, whatever here. This is hallowed ground. This is hallowed ground. No, fuck that. We want a view of the skyline and some fucking water taxis. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't think that living the history stuff. I like that there is a storied past that's right here, and it ain't perfect. And so I don't know that leaving that to me is kind of a, I don't know.
My last one, boys.
This is the last thing. I'm tired of talking about this.
Okay, I was gonna say tailgating is going to go away completely. Tailgating is going to be gone. They might have a spot or two for some corporate stuff, some like big events, like if Arthur Anderson, Jesus Christ, they don't exist anymore. If one big company, PwC, wants to come and have a big tailgate for 200 people, then they'll have some shit like that. But Boeing wants to come and have 500 people here. They could do it. But you, mom and pop, trying to have the tailgate with 20 people. I assume that's going to be gone. Like they're not going to waste the land. They're like Treasy said, they're going to build the parking structure up. What do you guys think about that? We're not really big tailgaters, but like a lot of people like tailgating.
I hate. Yeah. I don't hate tailgating. I hate that it would go away. Yeah. I hate that it would go away.
It's a good way to get your juices flowing before the game starts and just like meet up with people and have a good time, and it doesn't cost $87. Well, it's nice.
MSS. The other thing too is like if you have some buddies that are coming in and they're going to be tailgating and they don't sit in your section and it's a weekend game, it's going to be packed. It's a great time to go hang out with them because like after the game it's a fucking mess. Before the game it's great. You say hello, you get to catch up with some dudes, and then you go inside, you go to the game, right? Like that's awesome. That's gonna suck if you're trying to do that in a crowded ass elevated parking lot. Like that's
they won't let you do that.
They're just gonna force you out because you get killed in there.
Let you do that. They won't let you do that.
Tracy, can I have 2 minutes for some stray ideas?
Yeah, no. Here, this is the end.
Let's keep going with it.
Our end is any other thoughts, starting with Loaf for final thoughts.
I got you. Treasy, do you think they decided to build a cool new park downtown right after Jason Benetti left because he left?
Well, as I read all day on Twitter, guys, this is just a distraction that they're not doing anything. Just like every other team is not fucking doing anything right now.
Right.
All right, next up, if they decide to erect a condo building as part of this, because a lot of the teams like developments and they like to have some real estate attached to it.
I will live there.
Reinsdorf loves real estate. Do you think it's cool if they name it the John Danks Memorial Condo?
John Danks Memorial Rooftop.
The rooftop bar. The rooftop bar.
John Danks Bar.
100%. 100%.
Okay.
I want that.
All right, last thing.
John Danks drop.
I've got some fundraising ideas because people were a little concerned about how we're going to raise the money. I know people thought the TIF money, but then we just explained how the TIF money is basically going to have, you'll have cement there and you'll have some services, and that's about it. You got to start building from there. So here's the way to get some more money. We could sell Dylan Cease for cash instead of players. I'm tired of looking at Dylan Cease. Just what is he worth? $50 million? Give me the $50 million. I'd start looking at Luis Robert too. Sell him for cash. We could fire Ron Kittle as being an ambassador. His food budget got to be in the 7 figs territory to begin with. The White Sox could sublease Sox Park to the A's for the next half decade while they wait for their fucking stadium to be built. That'll never get built. The cute chicks on Sox Twitter could solicit Venmos from Artie Gumball and give it to the White Sox. That should go into the 7 figures, no doubt. I mean, like,
we gotta take a step back. We do need to think about this subletting to the A's because
That's a really good idea.
the guy was like, hey, there's gonna be a vacant property. The A's could play there.
Yep.
why couldn't they, right?
So much fun.
We need them. We'll bring them.
This is actually a great idea. Honestly, if the Bears do move,
Yeah.
the A's could take over Soldier Field. That feels like the perfect shitty field for them to play at.
Just put plywood up for the walls. It's like we don't know what the dimensions are.
You don't got to worry about people getting in and out. No one's going.
Just paint it green and yellow. We'll be good. Don't worry about it.
You're all good. All right, last two. The incels of White Sox Twitter can donate their gallons of unused semen. I think that's an obvious one. We should start doing that right now.
I feel like it's used.
And then bake sale is the last thing I got. So all that should help, gather up a little.
A getting baked sale. I like that.
Final thoughts. I will miss not walking home from the stadium if they move. That will kind of suck. I was kind of looking into like we have all this unused area around us, right, in parking lots. We could give up one parking lot like we did for the Christmas light show, turn that into a ballpark village, and see how that goes. Let's try something first. It's like we've tried absolutely nothing to garner more people, and we're all out of ideas. And I was listening to people or reading people yesterday saying, "Oh, I'll walk. I can do this. I can do that." And one of those motherfuckers is on Australia, and that's Josh Nelson, who's afraid to go past King Drive on 35th to go to Culver's. He would rather have one in Bridgeport because it's too far. So the man does not want to be inconvenienced to get his Culver's, but he's going to take a goddamn water taxi to the fucking Sox Park. I don't think so. Not happening. We got businesses here that are within the same walking distance that we would be from 18th up to Roosevelt that people do not go into. I think you need to go talk to Wings and Rings. You need to talk to Ballpark Pub. You need to talk to all these guys, Corks, find out what they're doing, what do they need, and how can we facilitate that to get more people to your places, build up the businesses that are here. Don't just say, hey, fuck you guys, we're moving up north, we're building something new, we don't like you, because those businesses in 6 months have to survive for 6 months out of the year without any customer base coming through, and that's a hard thing.
Cares?
It's hard to have those fucking goddamn people. Shut up. And the last thing, this is it. I agree with Herb Lawrence and many other people that have said on there, the public should not pay for the stadium.
Yeah,
you're not getting and that's the thing. I don't want to do that. I don't think that we should have to pay for it. I don't think it's something that needs to happen. I don't think it creates all that fucking much revenue, but hey, whatever. I'm not for it. I'd rather see a halvesies and then we all, or we share in the profits. I mean,
I want to see you get out in the streets and stop this from happening. I would love to see.
I don't think it's going to happen, so I'm not even really all that worried about it. Treasy, I'm sure you don't have any final thoughts, so we can move on.
I'm done with that. So it's time. I'm mad I didn't get to play my video for stupidest shit of the week. That's what I'm mad about.
We'll play it.
You can play it anyway if you want. Play it right now.
No, how dare you? How dare you?
I'll
save it. I'll save it for later.
Next time.
He's saving it.
Yeah, but it's time for thank yous, guys. It's time for thank yous and GFYs. Maybe you have a GFY. Maybe you have a thank you. I might GFY you guys for taking that segment for 45 minutes.
Shut the fuck up.
No one cares.
MSS, who are you thanking?
I'm going to thank you, Treasy, because behind the scenes, it was you and our buddy Josh Nelson getting all this stuff together for Ramova. It's nice. You take care of the live event stuff, which I appreciate very much because I don't want to do it. You are the king when it comes to that, and we finally are in a venue so we can properly, execute this cash grab from all our fans. So thank you very much for putting this into the Ramova.
Well, you never get this, but you are welcome. You are welcome. Beef, who are you thanking or GFYing?
I got 3 thank yous. Thank you number 1 is to Robert's Garage Door Repair for coming out in brutal weather. Get my garage door back in tip-top shape. They came right away. We called Tuesday evening. They came out Wednesday. Knocked that fucking bitch out ASAP. No free ads in this show, but I really do love when a service provider gets there quick. gets the job done effectively. Number 2, Jerry Krause for the 6 rings. The Bulls got fuck you, Peter. And number 3, and I got to bring the image up because it was so beautiful. I got to thank the Wild Wolf slot that I played today. Right before I got on, I won $718 in the cash round. God damn it, man! I am on a goddamn heater for slots. And
I can't wait till you try and cash out. I can't wait till you try.
I'm gonna lose all the money before I do, Treasy. I'm running it up right now. We'll run it right back down. So that's all.
That's good stuff.
I got both the GFY and a thing.
Oh yeah, they're going for it.
So my GFY, the first one, and this is, I saw a bunch of people doing this. So I'm not picking on anybody in particular, but Connor Bedard was back on the ice after breaking his jaw, and I saw a bunch of people go, "Man, I wish the Sox had some guys with as much heart as Connor Bedard." And I'll pick on one guy. Brian Knights was out there doing this, but. Do you remember last year when we had a guy come back from fucking cancer in 3 months?
Hello.
I feel like that took some heart. If you're like, well, that guy was on the team before. He's not on the team anymore. Tim Hill is a fucking colon cancer survivor. And if you want to look up what Max Stassi's been going through, take a look. These guys have some fucking heart, all right? You complained about the Sox signing them. These guys have heart. So, like, chill out. Just be happy Connor Bedard is being a good leader over on the other side of town.
You don't got a bad
on the west side.
Yeah.
Like, just celebrate that. You ain't got to try and sideswipe if Tim Hill coming back from colon cancer and playing professional baseball has any heart. Good God. But thank you. The thank you. This is more fun, obviously, than the GFY. But the thank you goes to Hot Dog Larry, man. This motherfucker is at the
That's
Emmys.
pretty dope.
Hell yes.
And not only a 108ing tweet, but they held up the card with the hashtag 108ing. That shit is awesome. I can't fucking believe that we got this image. This is very cool. I'm very excited. I want to say I'm sorry that he didn't win in his category, but fuck, man, just getting nominated, going to the Emmys, that's fucking dope, man. It's very impressive. We're very excited for him. But that's our show for tonight. We appreciate all of you coming out. Joining us, listening. But we do appreciate you all coming out in March 27th at Ramova when we're going to be doing our opening day Eve show. We will be promoting the shit out of this. We will have the links up. We already put it in the comments a few times. But please get those tickets early. They will run out just like when we're at Reggie's. So get those tickets, and we will see you up there. And until then, have some fun 108ing. Talk to you soon.